Hello, 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 my friend. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Oh, wow. We have many people already in the chat. Interesting, right? DJ is in the house. Herbert, my brother, is already in the house. Lekan is in the house. Hello, 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 everybody. Okay, Nathan is in the house. Into the house. Yeah, Nathan is in the house. Yeah, hola. Moses is in the house. So many people already in the house. Thank you for being here. Remember, the show is for the people and by the people. Okay, so you decide about the topic. There is no a specific topic. It's just the title. I put the title over there, but the people are going to decide about what we should be talking. You know what I mean? So it's the transfer window. Everything is going crazy at the moment. So if you want to share with us, and I don't know better than you, we are sharing, okay? We are just people sitting home commenting on certain event. Nobody is better than the other. So feel free to come and talk to us. Be respectful. Don't attack people for their opinions, and we should be fine. All right. So, okay, let's say so many people already in the chat. Herbert, my brother, what's going on? Are you happy now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I can hear you, my brother.
Happy about what?
Happy about the news. So Romano already confirmed.
That's not news, mate. That's not news. That's the exact same news which we had last window.
Okay.
We had agreed personal terms, but the fee wasn't agreed, so it's nothing new. So I'm not going to excite it. And I think we have started the opening bid by 69 million, and they want 90 million upfront with bonuses. So as I said, it's not something to be excited about. And anyways, I have said about Sancho, yes, I'll be, how should I say, as a fan, I'll be excited for like 1 or 2 days. But then without a defensive midfielder coming into the club, a quality defensive midfielder, I don't think signing Sancho is, a big thing, because it's not going to solve our issues.
Okay, yeah. You just remind me something, because this happened last season too. Like you agreed terms and everything, but when it comes to paying the money, back then it was like 80 million or something like that, and you said no.
Back then it was 120 actually, because he had 3 years left. Now he has only 2 years left, so I think the price has come down. But you are right. I think this is the same exact copy paste thing which Romano put out. Personal negotiations, personal terms. Jadon Sancho won't create any kind of problem. Same thing, but the fee wasn't agreed. So I don't think it's something to be excited about.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Let me say hi to some other brothers here in the chat. Blue Champions. Yes, Mr. Champion. Are you there?
Yes. Yeah, I'm here, my brother.
Okay, well, what do you have to say? Good morning. Where are you from?
About I'm from Kenya.
Okay, good. So you wanted to say something?
Yeah, maybe
we can't
later.
really hear you, man.
I'm a bit late, so I can't. Okay,
we can't really hear you, so I'm not. Please fix your audio, and I'll put you back again. Lamin, can you hear us? Mr.
Yes,
Sawo?
brother. Yes.
Good. Where are you from?
I'm from Gambia, but right now in Turkey.
Oh, Turkey. Okay, good. So what do you have to say?
Today is the first time I joined in this channel. We just have to appreciate for the wonderful doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, man. The channel is for everybody. Everybody. It's your channel. It's not my channel. It's for everybody. So what do you have to say? Hello? He's having some audio issues. So, yeah. Big up my people. Herbert, big up from Chelsea perspective.
Yeah. Big up to you guys.
Nice.
Big up to you as well.
So, anyways, do you have anything else to share with us, Herbert?
Yeah, just one more thing. Like, I mean, I saw your. I think I'm like agreement on this that I don't think if we get Sancho, I can't see Dortmund letting go Haaland for less than 180 because you can't be selling two of your star players in one window. So unless Chelsea pay over the odds, in some ridiculous amount, and obviously he'll be wanting at least 350 a week, which is gonna, he's gonna make you the highest paid player. So I unless that I can't see, you guys getting Haaland. I mean, it's Chelsea, so anything could happen. It's not like, we are not like United. So if Roman comes, if he even comes with, if he says like he's a chopper, you can give us Haaland. I won't be surprised. I mean, you guys are one of the best football clubs in operating in a window.
Yeah.
But again, my thing is not with Sancho. I'm not that excited. I will be more excited if we get a holding midfielder. I just don't want to see McFred anywhere near the stream next season. And obviously,
what do you need a holding midfielder for? You still have.
We need because we don't have one. We don't have a specialist holding midfielder, which means we have to play.
Yeah.
Which means we have to play two midfielders who are not holding. So we have to play McFred. Both of them are not number sixes. They are two box-to-box players. We bought Fred for 50 million from Shakhtar as a box-to-box. And Scott McTominay played centre forward in the youth setup. He is not a holding midfielder. So we don't have that. We don't have that. Kante is not a holding midfielder. We don't have a Declan Rice, Bissouma, Fabinho kind of player. That's the one we need. Because I don't want to fill the team with, world-class star names. I want the right kind of balance. That's why, because when we had Michael Carrick, he wasn't he was a very good player, but nobody knew him until he retired. So, yeah.
I see what you mean. So, Nathan
Chelsea have hello. Hi, Nate. I'm just saying that Chelsea have possibly one of the best histories of holding midfielders. Makelele, Essien, Ramirez, Obi Mikel, Conte. Just list goes on and on with you guys.
Yeah, I was thinking that Van de Beek was kind of a holding, but I was wrong.
Yeah, he can play hold. He can play anywhere in the midfield, but not a holding because that's a specialist position. I think that only certain few players only can do that. So, anyways, he doesn't play. He's on 120 and he got injured right now. He can't go to the Euros, so his season is getting worse and worse.
I see. Nathan is in the house. Please,
hello.
Yes, can you fix your audio, please? A lot of echoes behind you, so
Okay, I'll fix it.
All right, so we have also the General. General, are you there, Mr. General? General, are you there? No, General is not there. If your audio is not working, I'm not going to put you through. I'm sorry. Lamine, are you still there? Lamine from Turkey, are you still there, my brother? Lamine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have some issues with the connection today. So maybe many people are using their Wi-Fi and cell phones. So respect to you people, but we're gonna continue with Herbert. Feel free to come and talk to us. The link is somewhere in the chat.
My question to you is actually about Hakimi. Yesterday, I was, chatting a lot with my Chelsea friends. I still can't, get my head around this, that you are going to spend so much money on Hakimi when you have, Reece James. And I get that as a squad depth. But, if you can, put that money into Declan Rice, supposedly, he's going to cost, let's say 70 million, right? So you are good in that position for the next 7 years.
Yeah, so, the problem also with Hakimi is like we are lacking the end product, and you can't always count on your attackers or whatever strikers to score goals.
What about Reece James then?
Christensen? Well,
I'm
talking Reece James. Yeah, Reece James can cross the ball. A lot of good balls in the box.
I really like him, that's why.
But nobody is there to take advantage of that. So I still believe that we need Hakimi, but you know me, I'm all for the academy. So I'm always like, what about our kid from the academy? But I think. Yeah, go on.
I'm just asking you, are there any kids, coming up in the right back position?
On what? Say it again.
On the right back position, are there any, academy products that you have or
we
loan?
have a guy from the academy called Tino Livramento. 18
Oh,
years old now. Man, he's been just killing it. He's just like Reece James back in the day. So if you give him a chance, he can do something. The problem is he's young, and you don't want to really make him sit on the bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needs to play games. This is the age that you need to play week in and week out. So I would like to see him go on loan somewhere. The problem is if you buy Hakimi, only 22 years old, he's gonna be there for at least 8 years. 100%. You think anybody, and Reece James is 21. Do you really think that those kids from the academy are going to have a chance? Because you have people who are almost younger as you. So
to that is that if you have two I can't see any other club having that kind of option in the right back. If you have Hakimi and Reece James, I don't think you need academy to produce more right backs. Yes, for loan and selling, I can agree that. But as you said, for the next 7 or 8 years, it's covered. So I don't think it should be too much of a problem. But just I think that you have at least 2 or 3 more positions which are more important than right back. Especially, I mean, what formation you guys are going to play. And Hakimi, as you said, I remember like last stream you also said that he can play in 4 at Dortmund. He played 4 at Madrid. So look, he's a very good player, man. He's rapid.
He's a very good player and versatile. People forget that he can even play in the midfield. And I think Thomas Tuchel is looking for somebody like that. Like anytime you have a problem, you can count on him. He's a kind of Aspilicueta, because back in the day, Aspilicueta benched Ashley Cole. When Ashley Cole was slowing down, Mourinho decided to use Aspilicueta from the left. And my gosh, he played one of his best football games playing from the left back. So it tells you that it's good to have a versatile player.
Exactly. And who knows, he might bring out the best in Ziyech as well, both are Moroccan. So that could work.
That's the problem. But my brother Couch Critic, what's going on in Canada?
Man, what's going down?
Good.
Yes, man. So I just wanted to jump in. I'm still at work, but I had to.
No problem, brother. Anytime, no problem. I know you always contribute and help the channel. So even 2 minutes is very valuable to me. It's very important.
I love the channel, and I love what you guys have to say. So
thank you.
I just wanted to chime in on the Hakimi thing, and I think that one of the things that we're kind of missing is what he brings to the final third. Like, when we have you have like Havertz or Ziyech or Pulisic or Mount as our basically our attacking midfielders. What all of those guys lack is the ability to go 1-on-1v1 and beat them in. They aren't necessarily dribblers in a traditional sense. High level world class dribblers. And then when you look at our wing backs, it's the exact same thing. Reece James is as great as he is getting forward. Pace, power. Puts in a decent cross. He can't go 1v1. So what you get with Hakimi now is the ability to, get up and down the pitch at an alarming rate. He also can put in a decent cross, and he can also go 1v1. So it's a completely different tactical setup when you have him and Reece James in the side. Because look at it this way. Reece James doesn't get displaced. Reece James can be playing right center back where Aspilicueta is right now, right?
Yeah,
and he did for at least a couple games towards the end, as well as against Man City, and I think it was the league game or the FA Cup game. One of them, he played right center back. Yeah, and I just think that if you get somebody like Hakimi, you become way more dynamic on the right flank, way more dynamic.
I agree.
And so as much as I think that we could get by with just Reece James, and we could get by with, waiting on Livramento to come through. But when you have an opportunity to get a proven world-class wing back who can also play the left back, left wing back, and is just all around talented footballer, you don't turn that down for like an academy kid. You don't. That's not what we're trying to build right now. We're trying to build champions of Europe again and again and again. And you do that by buying world-class talent. That's the end of it right there for me, you know?
Yeah, so let me acknowledge quickly some super chat here. Thank you so much, my brother Phantom. Phantom, my brother. Thank you for the money, man. Thank you for your donation. Thank you so much, my brother Phantom, for the money. Smelling a lot of money here, man. All right, so yeah, anybody, you want to continue to say something?
Well, ask is young, right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think you make a good point because Reece James is typically he is of an English right back. I mean, pace and power, but Hakimi brings that dynamism and flair one-on-one as well. And in the Premier League, you know, you don't really need much of technical ability. You just need pace and power. And I mean, obviously his defensive capabilities will be tested. Hakimi, I have not seen much of him defensively, but on the attacking side, I think Couch Critic says that. I think he put it perfectly. He brings the dynamism to your team, which I think you guys don't really get with Reece James. Which much more of a efficient player. So
yeah. So what do you guys think about what Phantom here said that Azpilicueta is still young? How many seasons do you think Azpilicueta can still perform in top level?
I don't know, man. It's funny because every time I think that Azpilicueta is left for dead,
yeah,
the man just comes back again and again and again and again.
The guy never dies, man. He's always there.
It's crazy. So I mean, traditionally, to play out on the flank, especially these days, you need pace. I mean, I know he's an incredible defender and he's smart and he's positionally incredible and whatnot, but you need pace to play up there. And like I feel like the last few years, he's kind of losing a bit of that. And I think that's kind of why we're starting to see more of the Reece James on the flank and whatnot. Not because Azpilicueta is not a fantastic defender. It's just because, you know, you need the pace. And I don't know. Traditionally, you would think that maybe he's probably got like two more years at the top level. Like at this level, we're talking like Champions League, you know, European Champions Cup level. He's probably got 1, 2, maybe 2 more years is what I think. But I mean, it still doesn't stop me from thinking that we need Hakimi. Like it doesn't stop me from thinking that way.
And the other thing is like Azpilicueta got a very good attitude. Remember when he was benched under Frank Lampard? He was always there, like supporting the team, giving interview and like encouraging the entire team. So I think he won't mind like slow down a little bit, you know, like be on the bench sometimes and play only, you know, big games or something like that, you know. I don't know. I might be wrong, but
no, you're very right. You're very right. That's exactly what it is. He's a true leader. He's a captain, right? He knows that, like, you know, he's getting up there in age, and it's not going to necessarily be the first choice forever. But you know, I think that the mistake the Lamps made was not really including him in the squad when he had the opportunities to do so. Like there were games last year where Lamps just did not play him at all. You know, I was like, well, I mean, this is truly a squad game.
He was trying to change too much too quickly, and that cost him a lot because you don't mess up with big guns in the dressing room. Even if they are apparently flops, you don't change too quickly, you know, everything in the dressing room and expect those youngsters to just come and do miracles. So somebody is asking here, do you have any news about agreeing personal terms with Hakimi? I heard about it, but I can't confirm anything. Do you have any source?
No, man, I didn't know anything like that.
You guys have just matched the bid with PSG, so I think it's up to the player and the agent, you know, who gets, you know, who puts more, who has better projects and something like that. So you both have put 60 or 70 million, something like that.
The last I heard is that we were talking to the agent, and if Chelsea put in a bid after talking to the agent, it means that obviously they feel confident they can get the player. So that's kind of how I'm seeing it. But I mean, Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. So Windows just opened like 2 days ago, right? So anything can happen. But I mean, I'm just like, I'm excited because I remember we talked a few days ago, and I was saying these are the types of players that Chelsea have to be going after. No more of these like mid-level players, you know, like cutting corners. You have to get the top level players, man. Like world-class players now. If you can't get them, then you go on with what you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But don't buy any more like middling little players like, you know,
Danny drink water, for example, right?
Yeah. Don't buy those players right now. You know, like if you can't get the cream of the crop, creme de la creme, don't bother going back into the window. You know what I mean? Just allow this team to grow and mature naturally, slowly under Tuchel, and then just have it happen. But if you have a chance to get like Haaland, Hakimi, and then you get like a Tchouameni, for me, is who I think we should be going after as a defensive midfielder, because I feel like he's a little bit more dynamic. But you know, any of those guys, and this is like a 10 out of 10, you know, window.
Yeah, let me say hi to Mr. Star TV. Hello. Hello, Mr. Long Name TV. Are you still there? I can see you. You can talk. No, the audio, bro. Audio. Aubrey. Aubrey?
Yes, guys. How are you?
Good. Where you from?
Yes,
Zambia?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of noise at the back because people always complain when they watch the video again. They say, you know, some of the echoes.
News with I think the confirmed news which Sky are reporting is that Sky in Italy are reporting that Inter may well be more open to Chelsea's proposal because of the Italians' club interest in Emerson and Andres Christensen. Inter would like Palmieri on loan, Emerson Palmieri on loan, while Chelsea would prefer the move to be permanent.
Yeah,
so
take
They
Palmieri.
want him on loan?
Well,
that's
I
the reason why they're interested?
Yeah, and I heard that we could give him a new contract. Just, you know, Marina, right? She likes to get, you know, the best. So it's about keeping the value. So we might have to offer him a new contract and then sell him or loan him out. But hey, you buy Emerson, I will give you Alonso for free. How about that?
Right?
Buy one, get one free. Get it?
I don't understand how that just sounds like the Sky trying to do like the English thing, right? Because what would Emerson Palmieri have to do with like if Hakimi I mean I guess you get something if you offer Emerson, but you're still throwing in, that's still value. You're getting Emerson and the £56 million, right? So you've actually added more value to the deal.
Yeah, I mean, Emerson is a Champions League winner, you know. So you won't take that away from him, right? Remember the goal against Atleti? It was Atletico, right? Yeah,
first touch.
Goal. First touch, first goal. What a clinical player, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So yeah, Emerson, man, he need to go. He need to find a home somewhere. And
so
did you hear? Yeah,
Herbert, I was just wondering, like, so is Sancho done? Is it across the line? Are you guys?
No, mate. No, it's not done. It's not even close. Actually, it's the same thing which is being just negotiated from the last season. We agreed personal terms and everything, but the fee with Dortmund wasn't agreed. So they want 90 million upfront with bonuses, but we are only willing to give 69 million. So there's a difference of fee. So it's just the same thing again. It's nothing new.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. How are you gonna feel if? Yeah, go on.
No, you go ahead.
No, I wanted to ask him how he would feel if we jump and just get Sancho just from your noses, like we just go with money and like bully you and get Sancho, and how are you gonna feel?
Yeah, obviously, but I don't think that's going to happen because I don't.
Yeah, we don't really need Sancho.
You don't really need.
It's just
you have too many attackers itself. You need defenders and midfielders, and a striker, obviously. So Yeah, I think the only club I was worried about was Liverpool, because when they got Champions League after beating us at our home, I thought it could be, but they are not in the race. So I think we are the only club. Again, we can, with United, we can, come second in a one-legged race also. So I don't trust this club with anything.
I wonder, because I still think like a lot of people consider Chelsea, overspending on certain positions. Like, okay, so if Hakimi comes in, then they're kind of like blowing their budget on a player that they don't need. I don't even think people understand what Chelsea's budget is at this point. Like we could easily buy Hakimi, we could easily buy the 150 million of Haaland, and then still get a defensive midfielder, because we still have to sell players as well. There's still players that have to come off the books that could total anywhere near 80, 90 million pound. When I'm talking about, if Tammy Abraham moves, that's probably 40 million right there. And you have the Emersons, you have the Zappacosta, well, not Zappacosta, but what's his name there? Bakayoko. We have enough players that we could be moving that can actually bring up the transfer critic even further. And don't forget also, who's that? Timo Werner? What up, Timo? What up, Timo?
Timo is in the house, so we can even offer some free. We have Ross Barkley. We also can offer, you buy Ross Barkley, we give you Danny Drinkwater on free. How about that? So you can make some deals here. Yeah, man. So did you guys hear about what do you think about Maurizio Sarri to Lazio? And do you think Jorginho is going to be linked with the move to Lazio because of his father, Maurizio Sarri, and other?
I think it's just lazy journalism, right? Like, that's going to happen because journalism is they're just going to be lazy. Like, oh yeah, well, Sarri's in the mix, so we have to get Jorginho in the mix as well.
Yeah, very easy, lazy news to make. You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
The I'm actually kind of like a little bit disenchanted on is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And it's not because I don't think that working with Sarri would be good for him. It's just the environment that he's putting him. They're putting him in. Like that Lazio ultras are racist, man. Like real racist. Yeah, and I can just imagine that. Like, just he doesn't really strike me as a guy that is strong of mind. Like somebody that's tough, that can just take all the abuse that would be thrown at him. And I don't think that that's a good place for a guy that's still trying to recover and find his game again. So I would love to see Ruben go to somewhere like Germany, like one of those like real attacking German sides. But I'm not a fan of like him going to Lazio, even though Lazio is an attacking team, and obviously Sarri will have him playing good football. I just don't like the idea of going to such a racist place, knowing what their fans are like.
Yeah. And I wanted also to mention this, like my only worry about this guy Hakimi to Chelsea Football Club is PSG. That is my team. I know them very good. And I think they won't really want to lose to Thomas Tuchel twice. Thomas Tuchel came to Chelsea and then won the Champions League. They hate him over there. Okay, they don't like him, and then losing somebody like Hakimi to Thomas Tuchel's team is going to be humiliating for PSG. But you never know; it will depend on the player, because look what happened with Wijnaldum. Okay, Barcelona.
That's crazy.
Barcelona offer. They already even agreed, like personal terms, verbal agreement or whatever, and then they came out of the blue. Boom! How much do you want? Okay, 9.5 million signed for us. Boom, done. So I'm afraid that Hakimi is going to think about his future. Like, this is money. Football career is very short. If you offer me 5 years with the double what Chelsea are going to give me, I'm going to choose PSG. What do you think about it?
It can happen. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him, but the thing that I stress is the fact that we already spoke to the agent. Like if we already spoke to the agent, they know
Well,
what our terms were.
the agent already talked to PSG too, so he's looking for the best for his client. Remember, even Mino Raiola, he went to Barcelona, he went to Real Madrid to try to sell Haaland, right? So they are going.
I don't think that we would have bid, or we wouldn't have submitted a bid if we didn't think that we had a good chance of getting him at that point. That's where I kind of like, okay, because it's not like we're starving for a right set. Like PSG need a fullback. Like they need one desperately.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we're at the point where we actually need one like they do, you know. So, but yeah, I don't know. I it could happen, obviously. Like money talks, of course. And somebody like that who has, you know, he can basically walk into any top club right now. You know, he could just do that. You know, he can demand, you know, however many millions a year, and likely will get it with PSG. But I don't know, man. I don't know if PSG is even in that position right now where they're just like they can't even lock down Mbappe, let alone, you know, Hakimi. You know, and Mbappe's there.
Yeah, we have just to wait and see what can happen. But I'm kind of there's something going on at the back of my mind, thinking that they could do something crazy like that and just give him the contract that he can't refuse. So if we want him, we need to move right now. Okay, close the door right now, and then move on, because the longer we wait, thing can change very quickly. So
no doubt. No doubt.
All right, Herbert, do you have any news to share with us, brother?
Yeah, actually, there's a good comparison table of Hakimi with your right backs on Sky Sports. So I was just checking it out. I've shared the link in the private chat if you want. You can.
£68.8 million. That's crazy. Yeah.
Sky Sport News or Sky Sport whatever. Yeah.
SkySports.com. I've shared in the private chat. You can open it. I think it's they have given all kinds of stats about Hakimi. He's got 7 goals and 8 assists in 37 games.
Okay. So, yeah, I can see here they're talking also about Xhaka. Xhaka, do you think Xhaka can do good with Jose Mourinho at Roma? Granny Xhaka.
Yeah, I do actually. You know why? Because I feel like Italy's a slower league. Like the pace in that league is way down. And I think that a guy like Xhaka could excel in a league that doesn't play at a frenetic pace. And you already know Jose's no fool, man. Like, I mean, as much as he's kind of made some crucial mistakes the last few years, he's no fool. You know, a guy like Xhaka in the middle in Italy, that could help them, man. And it's not as though he's going to be, you know, first choice. They got some players in there still, you know, like that Pellegrini kid is nice. And they also have what's his name? The kid that used to play at Napoli. What's his name there? He was like the deputy to Jorginho in the Regista role. What's his name?
I don't really watch them that often, so the names are just kind of flying.
Oh man, I can't remember.
Yeah, sure. I see. So I think Mourinho is all about mental strength. Like if you have a good character, like you a fighter, and then Mourinho is going to love you. Look what he did to Højbjerg, the guy that he bought from Southampton. He turned him to a monster. Like Mourinho loves people who can really give everything on the field. Not necessarily that you are like technically gifted, but if you can show some character on the field, you are Mourinho's friend usually. And
the guy's Amadou Diawara. Like
Diawara,
nice nice midfielder, man. But they got players there, and you're right. He needs guys that are basically going to buy into his philosophy and just like be soldiers for him, right? And I think I don't know. I think Xhaka could do that for him, especially because he's not going to be really challenged for pace in that league. I don't think he's just going to be a guy that can just sit in the middle of the park, you know, pop it about a bit, make a rash tackle here and there, you know, like that sort of guy, right?
Yeah.
And don't they have? Didn't they get Pastore too from PSG?
Pastore, I don't even know what happened to him now. Like he was struggling with a lot of injuries, and there were talk that he was going back to Argentina to play for his childhood club and stuff like that. But I never heard since, you know. I never heard since. I don't know what is happening with Pastore. Did you know that we almost signed Pastore at Chelsea Football Club at some point?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm glad we didn't though.
yeah.
But then he came back and bit us that year though, like because that year, I think it was the year that we played in the quarterfinals, and he scored that goal. He dribbled past Azpilicueta, and then scored in the corner. And then we got knocked out.
So we have a question here from Chelsea perspective saying that why are we not considering some guy called Onuachu from Genk? Bro, I don't know this guy. This is the first time that I heard about him. So I'm not going to come here and tell you that I know about him. And scoring in the Belgium League is not necessarily going to do it in the Premier League. And remember, we had our boy Ike Ugbo in the Belgium League. He was there on loan, was scoring for fun. So if I have to choose one, I would take my boy Ike because I know him from the academy. But this guy, you can tell us more about him. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you know him?
I've never heard of him. But again, I don't really follow the Belgian league either. I don't follow the Belgian league. But I'd say this though. It's all about fit for me. It's not about like necessarily the amount of goals. It's about the fit within the style we're trying to play. Like everyone I keep hearing names linked to Chelsea because they're strikers and we need a striker, and it's just always he scores 1 goal every 2 games. He's an incredible finisher. I don't necessarily think that Tuchel wants somebody that's just necessarily a finisher per se. I think he needs somebody that's a little bit more complete than that. Somebody that can hold up the ball, somebody that can come into the half spaces and engage there. Somebody that's good, like obviously finishing and whatnot, has decent technical ability to get in behind the back line. These are all things that I think Tuchel wants from his striker, which is why more often than not he doesn't play with an out-and-out striker. He plays with the Mbappes and Neymars and stuff like that, because these guys are very technically sound and can engage in the half spaces and also have the pace to get in behind, right? Aubameyang, when he was at Dortmund, same kind of player. Like probably not the best at holding up the ball, but in terms of his ability to get in behind and engage in the half spaces, he's exactly what he wants. So I'm not too keen on just getting a guy that can score bag loads of goal. The perfect striker, as much as I hate to admit it, like in terms of what I think we would definitely make best use of, is Harry Kane. But I don't want to sign Harry Kane. I think that guy's got like styrofoam like ankles, man, and one more lick into his ankles.
He still always finish like golden boot after like 2 months or 3 months out. That tells you the level.
Oh no, he's incredible. He's incredible, and like the way Jose used him as like the sort of like number 10, and then like had Son, like that's exactly how Tuchel wants to play with his strikers. Somebody that is technically good enough to play in front of the defense, and then also quick enough to get in behind. The reason why I like Haaland though is Haaland is just a beast. He's tailor-made for the Premier League as far as I'm concerned. He's perfect for the Premier League.
So we have some, I don't know if you can call it breaking news, but AC Milan reached agreement to sign Olivier Giroud from Chelsea, according to maybe Dude Trust Me website, and they will pay 4 million. Marina is going to get some money here, including bonuses for 2 years contract. So this is a very good transition to ask you guys, because I know Olivier Giroud, so I would like to have a different perspective. So Olivier Giroud being scapegoated in France because of Benzema, politics involved, all kind of situation. But Olivier Giroud never did anything wrong to Benzema. The manager chooses Olivier Giroud, and I don't know why people hate Olivier Giroud. And then even in the national team now, like people don't want to pass the ball to Olivier Giroud for some reason. But every time he's on the field, he proves people wrong. So do you think, from outside, of course, because if you ask me, I would tell you we're going to win Euros or whatever. Do you think that France, with everything that's going on inside the team, could do good in this Euros? Herbert, I will start with you.
Yeah, about Giroud, I think not just 4 million, you're going to get, I think, 30 million more. So
you're breaking, brother. Microphone.
I think we're going to get 30 million.
Herbert, your mic is breaking. Microphone connection.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So I was just saying that you're going to get some good money from AC Milan, both for Giroud and Tomori. I think that's a good business. And about Giroud, I agree with you. I have always rated him because I think he's one of the few throwback strikers left in the game, who makes those post runs, which I think has a bit of a dying art. So, and he's the second all-time top scorer for France behind Henry. So that's some kind of achievement. I think the reason people hate him, I think, is because of he is not a pace and power merchant. I think that's the one reason, because you know how this new generation kids are. They just love pace. So I think that's one of the reasons. And secondly, even though he has scored some of the most important goals for you in Champions League and, in Europa Leagues, I don't know. I think many Chelsea fans have not really connected to him because he played for Arsenal. So that could be one reason.
Yeah. So, Mr. Couch, what do you think about Olivier Giroud? Why he's getting so much hate from people? And now the joke that's going online is like Benzema was out for 6 years, no? Like 6 years without a goal, and Olivier Giroud, 20 minutes, 2 goals.
Yeah, man. I still think France is a threat because they got Conte, right? So it's like having an extra player on the pitch. But in terms of Giroud, I think Herbert hit it right on the nail. Like, teams don't like to play the style of football that he excels at anymore. They want to have pace in the squad, and like, you have Mbappe, you have Griezmann, you have Dembele, you have all these guys that are speed guys. Guys that want to get in behind, and like when you have Giroud up there, you're almost forced to use him as like sort of like the target man, and like target man football isn't necessarily what these guys want to play. They want to play, 1-2 touch here, get in behind, use your pace and whatnot. So I can understand why the majority of the French players do not want to give him the ball, regardless of the fact that he scores goals. Like, no doubt about it. You put him on the pitch, he's going to score for you. It's just how you're scoring the goals. I think that a lot of people are focusing on, like,
but the problem is it looks like the Tammy Abraham and Timo Werner debate at Chelsea Football Club. Olivier Giroud, you can say, he doesn't have a pass or whatever. Benzema was there 2 games that he started. Somebody, Herbert. Sorry about that. Herbert is having some audio issues because I muted him and now everything is working good. Wow, almost like destroy my ears. DJ, what do you have to say, brother?
Yeah, how you guys all doing? You all good?
Yeah, we good. We're just enjoying Zappacosta. We're gonna sign Zappacosta again and Papi Djiloboji. Yeah, Djiloboji coming back to the club.
Oh, mate, bring him back. Yeah, bring him.
Morata coming back.
Bring him all back.
All of them coming.
Bring them all back home, man. Bring them all back home. Bring them all back. Bring them all back. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have to share with us today, bro?
Couple of things really. Giroud, interesting. Again, good business by Marina. 3 million, better than not getting anything from him, I guess, isn't it? I mean, he's had a great career. Let's not beat about the bush of Giroud. He's had a great career. Obviously with Arsenal, he then obviously came to Chelsea. He's won. He's done things that he didn't do at Arsenal, and that's win trophies. with us, he can now go. He can now leave us with a Champions League medal in his pocket. So you know, in that kind of like way, it's a great way of ending a career with a football club, and we move on from him. And obviously, we look forward to Erling Haaland hopefully coming in if that deal can happen. Onwards and upwards. I mean, I saw your video a couple of days ago, bro, when you said about there's a possibility that we could lose Hudson-Odoi and we could lose Loftus-Cheek. I for one don't think Cho will go. I think possibly it'll be Loftus-Cheek that will go. I think Thomas Tuchel's already spoken out and said that he's very much part of his plans for next season. So if it could be a little debate in with the club. Now the club want to sell him, which I find very, very surprising. I think there'll be a bit of a debate there because if he comes out and says to the club, "No, I actually want Cho to stay because I think he's part of my plans for next season." I just hope the club can take that on board and say, okay, because again, what I don't get with sometimes with my football club, what really gets me annoyed with my football club is you give a football player a 5-year contract. Okay, if it hasn't worked out for him, whatever 2 years he's had with injuries, you just don't push him out the door and say, bye-bye, we move on from it. You try and let him work with it. And he's got 3 years left on his contract. You give the guy a chance to see what he can do next season. I mean, just don't flog him off to... there's a reason why clubs like Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and clubs like that are looking at Hudson-Odoi. They've been chasing this guy for years. Let's be honest, especially Bayern Munich. Why is it they can see talent in him and they can see something in him, and our football club can't see it? I mean, I would have always thought that our club would have learned from the days of Salah, De Bruyne, and Lukaku. This is just history repeating itself again. If he was to go to Bayern Munich, because you bet your bottom dollar bill he's going to go. If he does go there, he's just going to smash it up there. Okay, there'll be clubs chasing him back again. I mean, let's get one thing straight. Bayern Munich are not easy sellers. They will not just sell him back to us either. And this is one of the reasons we've got to think about this very carefully before we let this guy go. Because I think any Chelsea fan that is saying he has to go to accommodate other players, I totally disagree. I really do, because I really think this kid is a talent. I've watched him long enough to see it. I've seen him come through our ranks. I've watched him in the youth teams. I've watched him obviously at Stamford Bridge. You know, he has got it in him, and he just needs to be given the right chance. And I think under Thomas Tuchel, he's the kind of manager that can get the best out of him. And I think he just needs to be given that chance to do it. I think you have to push him. He'll push him, but he'll get the best out of him, you know? So I don't know what you guys think on it. Well, I know you've probably gone off the topic, but I don't know what you guys think of that.
Yeah, we're talking about everything. So there's no specific topic. I agree with you. I would like to keep him in the team, but you have to give him a chance. If it's going to be on the bench all the time and play a few league games here and there, and then I would like to let him go, because it's going to hurt me more to see him on the bench, because he doesn't deserve to be on the bench. He is just that level. He's like the Sancho's level. I don't care what other people are going to say, but I believe that if you give him games week in and week out, allow him to make mistakes and not take him out after 10 minutes, he's going to improve. I don't think this is the right way to discipline a young player, you know?
But you know what, my thing on that, Augs, and is next season, let's be honest, we're going to be playing 6 competitions next season, right? You can't play the same players for every competition. They're going to get tired. Let's not forget, they've had a tiring Premiership because of this whole thing, the way the whole season is planned out. Most of these players have all gone to the Euros now. Okay. And now they're going to come back. Okay. They've got 6 competitions to play, including a pre-season as well. There's room for these players to come in and do something at the football club. So in terms of saying, and let's be honest, we need a big squad for next season. And I personally don't think people talk about getting rid of the dead wood. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, Alonso, possibly Emerson, maybe Kepa. Players like I can understand those guys, because they've won things now with us now, and maybe it's time to move those guys on. And let's be honest, Alonso's not getting any younger. I know Emerson's 25, 26 still, but he's still young. But he obviously is not in Tuchel's plans. It's one of the reasons why we're looking at Hakimi. Okay, now how I look at it is you need you keep these but the likes of Odoi, players like Billy Gilmour. I know Gilmour's come out and said recently that he wants to go out on loan and do exactly what Mason Mount has gone and done and come back to Chelsea a better player. If that's the case, if that's the path he wants to choose to do, and the club think that's a good idea and Tuchel does as well, then good luck him to do that. Go out and get the experience. But player like Hudson-Odoi, I mean, this guy's been long enough around the squad to see. He's won things now with us. He's long enough to see what we do, what we play, how we play. And under Thomas Tuchel, I think Tuchel can get the best out of him. We just need to give this kid patience and some time. And I know some of the Chelsea fan base lose patience very quickly with players. And we saw that with Timo Werner all season. They were completely on his case every time he missed a chance. Yeah, and this is what we need to do. I think we're the only fan or the only football club that seems to lose it with our players very quickly. Whereas other clubs, like even Pep Guardiola and clubs, they give their players time to settle in. We've got to do the same thing, And I think the same thing I'll say about younger players that are already at the football club. We need to give them time to, to get that opportunity, to grab the opportunity and do it. Because I think they could do it. There's a talent there. I just think it'd be stupid. I'd just be stupid for us to get rid of it. That's all.
Yeah. So everybody, DJ just told me that they're gonna beat us in the final of the Euros again. So now,
oh man,
Gazon, and look at how can anybody tell me that these people are going to beat us? You see, let the banter continues here. So that tells you everything you want to know about Portugal people.
Oh, goodness me.
So
really?
That is the team.
Is that right?
That is the what
have you actually showed him when he's actually smashing goals in from that position, from that side from free kicks like that?
Yeah, that was like
was it just one miss?
That was like 50 years ago, bro.
Oh,
that was like 50 years ago. So
here comes the slander.
So Portugal, be careful. This time it's not gonna be as easy as Eder scoring a goal.
See, I admit it's not going to be. It's not going to be easy. But listen, we've still got a chance, yeah? We still got a good team there, yeah?
Yeah.
Like all the clubs have. Like all the countries have, sorry. We've still got a good team there. Ronaldo's still there. He's still the main man. You've got João Felix, another one you guys have got to remember about. He's no slug. He's a top player. Then we got Guedes, another good player there.
Yeah, I remember the guy. I remember João Felix. The guy is still in like... Rudiger's pocket or something like that. You have to call Rudiger and ask Rudiger just to take him out of the pocket. Yeah, so that's all I can say. So
I love it.
Everybody, it's the end of the show. DJ, you want to say hi to people? Thank you for jumping in, brother.
Yeah,
thanks so much.
As always for having you on. Big up to you guys. Everyone in the chat, big up to you guys all. And smash the like button as always. And thanks for having me on, as always.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Take care,
I'll see you in a little bit. Take care. Herbert, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, man. You want to say hi to people?
Yeah. No, I was just listening to DJ about Portugal, and I watched that game yesterday. And, look, Portugal's only advantage over France is that they have beaten France in a final. So that's the only thing, because I think squad-wise, obviously, France are better. But you never know in cup competition.
You never know. It's just a football.
Yeah.
Man.
So I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think the France second game is with Portugal, I believe. So, yeah, we'll be waiting for the Euros. Can't wait. Actually, it starts tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting as well.
Yeah. So join me, brother, if you have time. I'll be commenting some games, live. Watching, I'm watching, so we can do the watch along together.
Yeah, tomorrow Italy are playing. So definitely we'll watch.
All right. Thank you, brother, and see you next time. All right, people. One more question. The last question, maybe. Before we leave, I'm waiting. Okay. Let's see. Let me check on a few questions so I don't forget anybody. No? All right. So I think it was a pleasure talking to you guys, and I'll see you next time.